Story 1-1. Prioritize building relationships and spending time with people who genuinely care about you, treat you with respect, understand you, and make you feel uplifted, empowered, and worthy of love, both platonically and romantically. While kissing your partner should not feel like eating a vegetable you dislike, turning dating into a contest with yourself to land the person who fulfills as many social value criteria as possible will only lead to an empty and meaningless relationship. Use your time and money to have new and interesting experiences where you can learn about yourself and the world, rather than acquiring unnecessary items, paying for convenience, and staying at home scrolling through social media. Responsibilities and limitations are likely to accumulate as you age, and you will miss the freedom. Story 2. Spend time with your older family members. They carry generations of family wealth that will go with them to the grave. Take your grandmother to lunch and go fishing with your grandfather. Story 3. Never stop learning, whether for a career, self-improvement, or for fun. Invest in your mental and physical health. It is easier to maintain good health than to recover from problems. Start saving for retirement if you haven't already. Keep a budget of your expenses and pay off debt as soon as possible. Don't forget to have fun along the way with hobbies, concerts, travel, and more. Spend quality time with friends and family, as time is precious, and seeing them again is not guaranteed. Learn to cook. We all need to eat, and it is more cost-efficient in the long run. It is also a great way to share love with friends and family during special occasions and can be attractive to a potential partner if you are dating. Story 4. Brush your teeth and attend all your dental cleanings. Do not postpone any necessary procedures. Then match whatever an employee contributes to your individual retirement account /401k, and also add every penny you can without incurring penalties. Story 5. Don't fall into the trap of believing you should have achieved success by now and have your life entirely together. You're only 25. Your life is just beginning. Don't compare yourself to others because everyone is running a different race. As my mom likes to remind me, success has different definitions for everyone, and I think that as you get older, your definition of success changes. Additionally, if you're in the United States, start figuring out healthcare options now because if you're still fortunate enough to be on your parents' insurance, you'll lose that coverage in a year. That process takes time to navigate. But mostly, enjoy the journey. It will be an absolute roller coaster, but it gets better as you age. Story 6. If you are not already working full-time in your field of expertise, make that your top priority. Coasting will only become more difficult from this point onward. Story 7. I'm going to turn 60 in November, and I'm a senior vice president and chief technology officer at a financial institution. My advice is to focus on your retirement right now. It only seems like a few years ago that I was 25. I remember a colleague telling me at work, someone who was signing us up for a retirement plan, that I was 25. He explained how much money I would have at 55 if I started investing right then. He was right. Of course, I didn't listen. Luckily, I inherited a lot. I started my retirement plan at 40 years of age, and it's up to about $700,000 right now with employer contributions. If I had started 15 years earlier, I would have over $2.5 million, and the interest would be substantial. Also, nobody really cares about you other than yourself, especially employers. Live your life the way you want to live it. You're going to feel apprehensive about things. Nobody really knows what they want to be or do for the most part until after the age of 30. Be kind and empathetic to everyone. Do not expect the same in return. Do things out of the goodness of your heart. I wish you the best. Story 8. Plan for a long life and invest in self-discovery to build a life that brings you joy and fulfillment. Story 9. Don't freak out thinking you're a heartbeat away from 30. Turning 30 doesn't mean your life is over. Focus on yourself, run your race, and take meaningful steps to build your career. Don't wait, hoping your dream life or job will just land in your lap. Story 10. Get off Reddit and make real friends. You don't want to be influenced by people who lack accountability in your life. Story 11. Do not spend all your time complaining about things you put no effort into fixing. If you hear about a simple way to get rich quickly, know that there is often much more work involved than you are being told. It requires a significant amount of luck, or you are being misled. Story 12. If something isn't working, you're allowed to change your mind, whether it be jobs, relationships, or lifestyle, as long as you don't have any dependents who count on you. Perhaps something might work for a while, and then one day it doesn't. Investigate the issue to see if it can be fixed, and if it can't, let it go. Story 13. You are young. Engage in activities that young people enjoy. Meet new friends, attend concerts, hike, explore, and have fun. However, also take care of your body. Be mindful of bad habits and work to curb them. You may notice individuals who neglect their health or stress, and that can lead to premature aging. While having fun is important, being responsible is essential. That said, if you haven't already started, think about the steps you might want to take regarding your career for the future. Your 30s will come and go faster than you expect, especially if you are feeling down. I know this from experience. Make connections and be friendly to others. You never know when a simple interaction might lead to a new friendship, a romantic relationship, or a job opportunity. Live in the moment, but also consider your future. Everything requires balance. A crucial point. Save money and consider starting a retirement account. You will want financial stability for when you retire, or at least some savings. Take steps now and you'll be fine. Don't overthink it. Your 20s could be some of your best years. Do your best and good luck. Story 14. Don't rush it. You are about to have some of the best and most challenging years of your life. It will all be worth it. Take it day by day and appreciate the small things. Story 15. Start planning for your future. Consider your retirement now. Begin investing in something stable, even if it's just small amounts at first. As you age, increase your investments. In this economy, seek advice on where or what to invest in. Consistently set aside an amount you won't notice missing. Take care of your teeth. Enjoy more healthy dinners at home instead of relying on takeout. Always tell the truth and strive to be a decent person. Story 16. Find your passion and pursue it fearlessly. Listen to the inner voice within you and ignore everyone else. Story 17. Find fulfillment in your life. Explore different hobbies, travel, and always trust your instincts when dating and trusting someone with your heart. Story 18. If you are single, you are entering an age where the majority of your social group will start getting married and having children. Engage with your social circle as much as you can now, because soon, the only invitations you receive will be to baby showers and toddler birthdays. Story 19. Start thinking longer term about relationships, career, health, and savings. You can and probably will change, but Story 20. As a 28-year-old, here are some thoughts I've had in the last 3 years. Do not compare yourself to those around you. We all reach milestones at different times. Start prioritizing your health. Everything we eat now will affect us later. Weight loss and maintaining good health is much easier in our 20s than later in life, as confirmed by my parents who are experiencing difficulties with weight loss and discontinuing medications. Plan for retirement. Do not isolate yourself from others. I withdrew from friends after graduating college, and now I find myself alone, forcing myself to go out and meet new people. Story 21. Stay in shape. If you are not in shape, work on getting in shape. Avoid smoking. Limit alcohol consumption. Prioritize putting as much money into retirement savings as possible. Consider buying a house. Avoid spending excess money on an expensive vehicle. Do not waste your time on people who do not prioritize you. Story 22. Don't expect to have a comfortable retirement. According to a financial advisor who was at our workplace for a registered retirement savings plan meeting. Story 23. If you have responsibilities and obligations, consider getting life insurance. At this age, the cost is manageable for most people. We started our family young and obtained life insurance just in case. I never thought we would need it until I was in the cardiovascular intensive care unit at 23, and my husband was advised to start finding policy information as a precaution. Having that coverage would have allowed him to pay off debt and take time off work to process and cope with the situation alongside our kids. I know it's an uncomfortable thought, but it's an important one as we move further into life. Story 24. Save and invest. Trust me, there will be a time when you will be glad you have your money. Sooner is better. Story 25. Retirement savings. Every dollar you put into your retirement fund now is worth significantly more than every dollar you will contribute in the future, because you have ample time for it to grow. Story 26. Your 20s don't have to be the best years of your life. If you make bad decisions, they might affect you in your 30s and 40s, as you have to live with the consequences of those decisions. However, life can improve with each decade. Care about your friends and the people you have around you. Story 27. The people who are successful at your age have likely had many advantages, such as wealthy parents or a favorable demographic background. A select few have achieved success through hard work and integrity at a young age. Do not compare yourself to others. Remember that you are much younger than you perceive. Life is malleable, not fixed, at this stage. Story 28. I am planning to set up a retirement fund and gradually contribute money to it as early as possible. Story 29. You are not old. You are not stuck in your current situation. You still have a world of opportunities ahead of you, so do not settle and do not worry about not being where you wanted to be. Story 30. Get ready to be prepared. Make wise investments and set a horizon of 15 to 20 years. You should be fine. Do not fall into the trap of owning unnecessary things, even if everyone else is pursuing them. Cash liquidity gives you true freedom. Make investments so that one day you can live off the returns alone, and that, my friend, is the end goal. After that, it's all a zero-sum game. Do whatever you want. Do not forget to surround yourself with good people among friends and family. Remember, anyone can betray you at any time, but that is okay because you are already expecting it. Provide your body with good food and regular exercise. You will save yourself from a lot of physical and financial pain in the long run. Story 31. There's always another level. Dig in. There is a lot ahead. Care for your body and you won't regret it, but don't overprotect it. Drop the screens, get outside, use a map, get lost, talk to strangers, breathe fresh air, and eat whole foods. Reduce your use of plastic. Allow yourself to mature. Wisdom comes when you cultivate it. Listen. Story 32. Establish a retirement plan. Prioritize your physical and mental well-being. Remember, there is only one you. Story 33. Plan and write down your day. Stay healthy, have meaningful relationships, and don't dwell on anything or anyone. Just keep moving forward. Story 34. Get into the habit of serious exercise at least once a week now and maintain this habit for the rest of your life. The downstream impact is significant. Story 35. Don't even think about having children for 5 more years. Be selfish. Seriously, prioritize yourself and travel as well. Story 36. 1. Save for retirement. Get smart about investing and invest as much as you can without going into debt. Invest in yourself. Make good friends and continue learning. Avoid buying unnecessary items just for appearances. Take time to enjoy life. Go out and have fun both locally and while traveling. You can find exciting activities in distant places for an affordable price. Avoid buying a house. Prices are currently too high, and homes can often be a financial burden. Consider finding a nice apartment and investing the savings into retirement accounts. Refrain from purchasing a new car. A used vehicle is perfectly acceptable. Choose something reliable to get you to work and maintain it properly, including timely oil changes and periodic checkups by a qualified mechanic. Story 37. Hold on tight. It gets rough, so make sure your foundations are strong. Your support structure, mental and physical health, and your own reason to carry on are essential. Even at the worst of times, I don't believe I will ever truly be without video games in this day and age. While it may sound trivial or self-centered, that is the point. Give yourself meaning and make it your own. It is easiest to focus on surviving if you have a reason to live that remains with you and actually motivates your decisions. Story 38. You're young. Do young people things. See people, go to concerts, hike, explore, and have fun. But also take care of your body. Be aware of bad habits and try to curb them. You might see people who never fix their health or stress, and it ages you fast. Not that you shouldn't have fun, but be responsible. That said, if you haven't already, start thinking about steps toward what you might want to do for the rest of your life in terms of work. When you have fun, your 30s will come and go faster than you think, especially if you're feeling down. I know from experience. Make connections and be friendly to people. You never know when that might lead to a new friendship, a relationship, or a job. Live in the moment, but also think about the future. Everything is about balance. A big one. Save money and start a retirement account. You'll want some savings for when you retire or just some extra money. Take some steps now and you'll be fine. Don't overthink it. 25 could easily be some of your best years. Do your best and good luck. Story 39. Don't be afraid to progress through adulthood. One's early 20s are often glamorized today, but remaining in a state of perpetual adolescence isn't beneficial. If you plan to marry and start a family, there is no advantage to waiting until you are nearing 40 to do so. Don't wait. Story 40. Eat your vegetables. What exactly is the question? I am about to turn 44 and physically feel the way I did in my late 20s. It's fine. You either age or you die. Story 41. If you haven't done so, learn to lift heavy weights and be strong. It makes things much easier in your 30s and beyond. Story 42. Reiterating the importance of building strong relationships. Can be challenging to form bonds as an adult, and it often becomes harder with age. At this stage in life, you have the opportunity to meet many others who are in similar situations. Take the time to engage with a diverse group of people and enjoy your 20s. As you progress through life, paths will diverge for everyone. The connections you make today will be the ones you can rely on in the future. While it is possible to build new connections later, it requires significantly more time and effort. Story 43. If someone invites you to try something new and it's affordable, do it. Say yes to opportunities. Story 44. If you haven't done so already, set aside money for retirement. Make a long-term investment plan. Don't worry about the bumps in the road. Stick to the plan. Aim to replace your wage income with investment income. Story 45. Take care of your teeth. Take care of your back. Take care of your hearing. Start a retirement plan. Visit places before it's too late. Look both ways before crossing a one-way street in case someone is reversing the wrong way. Practice safe sex. Story 46. Find your balance in life. Being a well-balanced person, both mentally and physically, is the best gift you can give yourself. Story 47. 1. Have a concrete backup plan if you tire of your profession. Scent beads and detergent result in better-smelling clothes. Avoid falling for cable companies. Instead, get a streaming device and load apps that allow you to watch TV and movies for free or at a low cost. Rather than focusing on rekindling relationships from your past, concentrate on building a future network of people who will enhance your life. Develop 1 or 2 hobbies for peace of mind. Story 48. Take your time. There is no need to rush to write the final chapter. Do not worry about what others are doing. Pursue your own happiness. What makes you happy now may not provide the same happiness in 5 years. Prioritize quality over quantity. Nothing lasts forever. Perfection can be found only in moments. Strive for balance in all things. Allow yourself to feel. Story 49. Get into a routine. Be sure to include time outdoors and stay active. Drink water regularly and avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. Read every day. Breathe deeply before you go to sleep. Eat only until you are slightly full and try to include fresh fruits or vegetables in your daily diet. More than anything else, love yourself and those who support you. Show them your love and cherish their affection in return. Story 50. The most beneficial things to have are a high school diploma or general educational development certificate, a vehicle, and a driver's license. These are essential. The main thing is to figure out exactly what you enjoy and are passionate about. Life is much better when you have a job or career that you love. Some people do not know what they want to do or be. They often take any job they can get and usually end up feeling miserable. If you have to work a 9 to 5 job that you dislike for now, try to think about your hobbies or activities you enjoy in your free time and establish a plan for turning them into a business. Story 51. Keep seeking career growth opportunities and continue engaging in activities that push you out of your comfort zone. When you feel uncomfortable, that is when the most growth occurs. Story 52. Enjoy it. 25 was one of the best years of my life. Your 20s will fly by, so make sure you live them to the fullest. I know I look back on mine very fondly and have a strong desire to return. Story 53. Keep learning and be open to new things that may come your way. Also, save money if you can. Start a Roth individual retirement account and begin saving gradually. Story 54. Wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists. The rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Story 55. When you turn 35, you will be happy that the you at 25 prioritized saving and long-term investing. Story 56. I am turning 30 in a few months. I have experienced significant success in the last 5 years because I prepared for it by never settling when I was comfortable. If you want to succeed, you need to get uncomfortable. This will help you improve beyond who you were yesterday. Story 57. Keep your health in mind. I gained a lot of weight in my late 20s and my body suffered. I didn't eat well. My knees and back were hurting. I decided to get in shape last year when I turned 30, and I have now lost nearly 100 pounds. I feel much better now, but my biggest regret is not taking care of my body in the first place. I feel like I lost a few years of my life due to those initial choices. Story 58. Don't panic. There's plenty of time. If you don't have financial responsibilities such as children or dependents, don't spend your 20s doing a job you don't like just for the money. Spend your time trying to find a job you enjoy. Story 59. If there is something you want to try or a new job or career path you want to take, do it. It is much easier to pursue these opportunities when you are young, and you will regret not trying. Story 60. Get smart about your financial literacy. Interest rates are high and shopping, traveling, and eating out are expensive. Learning how to grow your money without keeping it all in a savings account is worth the research. Story 61. You need to realize that time is your best resource. It is finite. Do not spend it unwisely. There is never enough of it to do everything you want, so figure out what you want and prioritize how to get there. Story 62. You may think you are old, but you know nothing. You are hardly a walking, talking infant. Enjoy the time you have responsibly. Also, invest in Dogecoin. Consider selling everything you own and getting as many loans as possible. Story 63. Put 10% of your net paycheck into a retirement fund. Consult a financial planner to start your nest egg. Story 64. You are still very young. Do not put too much pressure on yourself to have everything figured out right now. Story 65. If you are currently working a low-paying job and are unsure about your future career, consider obtaining a Pell Grant to pursue a 2-year Associate of Applied Science degree in a practical field. Story 66. Whenever you reach a low point in life and ask yourself, why do I even bother? Remind yourself that this is where most people give up. Story 67. What you do right now directly affects your future. Make good decisions and work on being financially responsible, which includes considering carefully before having children with someone you do not see a future with. I added that last part because I learned it from witnessing what a friend is going through because of it. Story 68. Plan ahead. Tomorrow always comes, and it will never get easier unless you put in the work today that will yield results in the future. Story 69. Stay at home and save all your money. I mean all of it. Give it to a financial advisor. Every 7 or 8 years, it doubles. Story 70. Invest in the market. Even if you know nothing about stocks, put $50, $100, or whatever you can afford per paycheck into a Standard & Poor's fund and don't touch it. You have something even Warren Buffett would value, time in the market. Don't squander it. Story 71. Turning 25? Focus on growth, not comparison. Invest in yourself, manage your finances wisely, learn from setbacks, and build strong relationships. Take risks, prioritize your health, and trust the process. Your future self will thank you. Story 72. Make a list of all the things you want when you turn 45. Don't worry about what you don't have. Enjoy what you do have. Story 73. Start an individual retirement account. If you are going to get married, make sure it is your best friend. Also, ensure you discuss politics, religion, and children before getting married. Additionally, when you argue with your spouse, never say anything you will regret or that may hurt them, because once it is said, it is out there forever. Story 74. Take care of your physical health. Save money. Avoid getting into debt. Don't waste time on people who do not value you. Story 75. Do everything for yourself. Don't seek approval from others. If you want to take a solo trip, do it. Whatever you are doing, make sure you are doing it better than everyone else. Story 76. At 25, I was beginning to see my savings really start building up. I decided to take my money out of regular bank savings accounts and put my savings into money market accounts, high-yield savings accounts, or in the stock market through an S&P 500 exchange-traded fund. Regular bank savings accounts are not effective. You get virtually zero interest on your money when you could be earning around 4% interest from money market accounts and high-yield savings accounts. Investing in an S&P 500 ETF can provide annual returns of around 8%. I will be turning 32 this summer, and if I had managed my savings better, I would probably have around 1.5 times what I currently have. Story 77. Brush your teeth and floss regularly, as if it is your job. Use sunscreen every day. The benefits it provides for your health in the future, given the minimal effort required, are worth it. Story 78. Do not compare. Save money. Get fit. Work on yourself. Do not be afraid of failure. I am 35, and it took me a while to figure it all out. It is a marathon, my friend. Story 79. Have kids when you're ready or have them at all. It's completely fine. I don't have kids, but my grandma told me this on my 25th birthday. Story 80. Don't be bothered too much or overthink others' opinions about you, your appearance, or your actions. Believe in yourself. There will always be people who agree with you, as well as those who may not. Story 81. When it comes to health, everything starts to count at 25. My dad told me this, and I hate how right he is. I got into fitness and overall health around 23 or 24, and now, at almost 40, I can definitely see the difference between myself and another person my age who didn't take care of their health. I understand everyone is different, but looking back, it has had a huge impact. Story 82. Yes, because this is a unique age, home of the quarter-life crisis. It will all work out. Travel extensively. Be a backpacker. You won't have that opportunity later on. Start and build things. Stay out late. Story 83. Live a little. Don't put the things you want to do on the back burner over work. Comparing is the thief of joy. Story 84. Live it up while you're still young and single. You're in your prime right now, and you should enjoy your youth. This is the time to explore and have new experiences. Otherwise, you may regret not doing it when you're older and settled down. Just remember to stay safe and avoid actions like drinking and driving, as they can have serious consequences for you and others. After drinking, always call a rideshare service. Story 85. Start to build and develop positive habits in financial management, mental health, and physical health now. It is certainly possible to begin at any age, but the older you get, the more difficult it becomes. Start now. Story 86. Don't mix radioactive bio-waste in your birthday cake. Instead, use flour and yeast. That's because radioactive bio-waste doesn't have a nice flavor. Story 87. You are still young enough to achieve almost anything you can dream of. You can go back to school, start a new career, and you will not have any disadvantage compared to someone who started at 20. You can still train for many sports such as rock climbing. Your whole life is ahead of you. Story 88. You will be smarter with more life experience in 10 years and even more in 10 years after that. Don't assume you know everything. Story 89. Really internalize that most people don't have their lives together as much as you might think and use that knowledge to enjoy the ride. Also, realize you're a young adult in the grand scheme of things, and that's okay. Take time to learn about yourself. Much of this exploration will require some form of solitude and intentional introspection. You'll also learn about yourself through friends and romantic partners. Date properly. Dating is fun, and if you want a life partner, it's easy to slip into comfort with someone who meshes well enough with you. But people grow, and relationships should be treated as constant, active commitments. I'm not saying leave just because there's trouble, but many people settle in life due to comfort and later look back, realizing they did things too early or stayed with someone they outgrew years ago, finding themselves in too deep. Date others, but more importantly, date yourself. Story 90. You still haven't figured everything out yet, and many people your age haven't either, even if it seems that way. Story 91. If you don't have an emergency fund, get one right now. If you aren't contributing to any kind of long-term investment account, start that immediately as well. Even if it's just a little from every paycheck, start small. 1% is greater than 0%. Story 92. Take 10% of what you make and save it in an individual retirement account or a 401k or a money market account. Don't interfere with it. Don't touch it. Don't even acknowledge that you own it except at tax time. That way, when you are 50, you will have a substantial amount of money in there. If you are in need of cash, do not withdraw from it. My wife kept doing that. Every time we had $2,000 in there, she wanted to withdraw the money to pay bills or go shopping. Story 93. Live life and work hard. If you're struggling, become innovative by starting your own business. Failure is not something to be ashamed of. Fail until you finally get it right. Do not worry about what others think, and pursue what makes you happy. Engage in the activities that scare you, and take the uncertain steps. If you love, love deeply. Avoid holding grudges, and do not stress over trivial matters. No one makes it out of life alive. Story 94. Look, I know it's a rite of passage to view every milestone with a sense of dread and fear of the unknown. I would never want to diminish that or take that right away from you. However, I'm 39 now and have been through several crises regarding age. 25, 30, 35. I even had an embarrassing one at 20, probably looking insufferable to my teachers while I lamented how old I was and acted depressed. I want to share some advice. Everything is fine. At 25, you are still very young, and you have so much more time than you think to make mistakes, fix them, and make more. You have time to choose a career and even explore several options. You can always go back to school if you want. The sky is the limit. I sit here now wondering what I was so worried about at 25. The truth is that you'll still be who you are at 39 and likely still figuring out certain aspects of your life. Getting older means realizing that everything is gradual, and there is no time limit. So enjoy this massive amount of time you have at 25, and also enjoy the lack of hangovers while you can. Story 95. If there isn't a trend of upward momentum or a clear path for improvement, you need to change something about what you are doing. Story 96. Have you done any traveling yet? If not, now is the time, as your tolerance for discomfort will decrease soon. You can travel far and affordably much more easily when you are young. Story 97. Now is the time to evaluate your friend group. The ones you value will become your family. You will know who the rest are. Knowing the difference is critical. I am 37 years old and still spend time with the same people I did when I was 17. I truly love these individuals. In the same vein, do not stop making friends. Story 98. If you haven't already, start saving money for retirement because that day will arrive, and you may realize you didn't save enough when you had the opportunity. Story 99. The next 10 years will determine your health for decades to come. Take care of yourself now. Do not wait to start healthy habits. Story 100. Learn to be humble. It will change how you see the world for the better. There is nothing like the peace of not worrying about whether you are better or worse than others. Story 101. If you aren't, get fit now. You could run a mile every morning. You will thank me in a decade. Story 102. Learn how to cook and exercise properly. Remember to enjoy what you love. I recently got back into reading, and I am absolutely loving it. I don't know why I zoned out from it a few years ago. Story 103. Everyone is likely telling you that your brain is fully developed or something similar. It's not. You are still maturing and will continue to do so. Keep learning and growing for the rest of your life, and hopefully you will maintain some childlike wonder well into adulthood. Story 104. Start a high-yield savings account. Contribute more than the employer matching amount to your 401k. Build your emergency funds. Focus on yourself and your career first. Do not rush into relationships just because you cannot stand being alone. Do not get married just because you think that is what you are supposed to do. Do not have children unless you know you can support them and provide them with a good life, and that you can go to work with only 2 hours of sleep every day. And by all means, just be kind to people. No is a complete sentence for yourself and others. Respect yourself enough to know when to walk away. Story 105. Remember this about your job: earn, learn, or move on. You need to be either earning or learning for your job to have value. If not, it's time to move on. Story 106. Be yourself and don't apologize for being you. Find something you are passionate about and pursue it. Remove toxic people from your life. Take risks and do not be afraid to fail. Do not spend your entire life staring at a screen. Go experience what the world has to offer. Story 107. Whoever you are dating or seeing now, enjoy every moment you can together. Even if you do not think it will ever end, it might. I feel jaded because that was the age I was when I was broken up with by a man I thought would be in my life forever. It was the start of one of my personal struggles. I did not feel worth waiting for, and it absolutely broke me when he left. Story 108. Make sure you are contributing to a 401k retirement plan. The more you contribute now, the better it works for you over time. My wife started contributing at age 25. I didn't start until age 40. She has me beat nearly tenfold. Story 109. Keep fit. You never know when you might need it. Run, walk, swim, do yoga, or lift weights. It's important to stay in shape. Story 110. Travel as much as you can. Vote in every election you are eligible for, including federal, state, city, school board, homeowners association, and membership organization elections. It is perfectly fine to not know what you want to do with your life at this point. Try new things. Meeting people is much easier when you are younger. Invest in quality shoes. Story 111. Don't focus on relationships. Most of them won't last long. Just have fun and travel while you can. Don't worry about pensions and the resources that previous generations have consumed. They won't be available for you. Live your life before you feel obligated to become part of a corporate system. Story 112. Switch from sodas to water or juice. Soda is a lifelong addiction that harms your body. Also, wear sunscreen. Story 113. In Tibet, we say, no mistakes, no success. Repeating the same mistakes brings no success. It is okay to fail. Learning to be okay with not being okay is wisdom. So, forgive yourself. Whatever happened in the past, let it go. What is important is the future, and a wonderful future depends on the present. So be present now. All this talk, all this thought is not true. Thought is just opinion, and that is not you. Story 114. Work hard. Save as much money as you can. Be financially prepared for emergencies. Instead of buying a new car, pay off an old one. Buy a small house before you turn 30 so that it will be paid off before you retire. It is never too early to prepare for retirement. Story 115. Keep in touch with teachers, mentors, business partners, and former bosses if you genuinely like or respect them. It may feel like a chore at first, but once it becomes a habit, it isn't difficult. In a few years, you will have a substantial network of meaningful connections, and you may be pleasantly surprised by how beneficial these relationships can be in unexpected ways. This also applies to friendships. I was more proactive with friends and still maintain contact with a large network of good people. I didn't approach my business connections with the same intention, and I wish I had. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.